I welcome you to this session of ISO 9001 2015, and today we are going to discuss clause number 8.4.3, information for external providers. So as usual, I will first of all read out this requirement to you and then we will discuss it in detail. Clause number 8.4.3, information for external providers. The organization shall ensure the adequacy of requirements prior to their communication to the external provider. The organization shall communicate to the external providers its requirements for, there are 6 points in this. A. The processes, products and services to be provided. B. Approval of number 1 products and services. Number 2 processes and equipment. Number 3 release of products and services. C. Competence including any required qualification of persons. D. External providers interaction with the organization. E. Control and monitoring of the external providers performance to be applied by the organization. And F. Verification or validation activities that the organization or its customers intend to perform at the external providers' premises. So this is the total requirement as given in the standard, and now let us discuss it in more detail. So the clause says that the organization shall ensure the adequacy of requirements prior to their communication to the external providers. So the very first thing is that whatever products or services is required by us, the requirement has to be spelled out very correctly with complete specifications, and our total requirement should be clearly spelled out in the specifications which we are providing to the external provider. So the external provider should not have any doubt about the specification, about our requirement, whether it is the customer's requirement or our requirement or the legal requirement or any statutory requirement. Whatever is the requirement, the total requirement must be clear to the supplier. So this is the very first thing. The organization has to ensure the completeness and adequacy of the requirements prior to communication. Before we communicate the requirement to the supplier, the adequacy of the requirement must be checked by the organization. So, and then only we should give the information to the external provider or external supplier. And the organization shall communicate to the external providers its requirements for A. The processes, products and services to be provided. What products or what services we are going to buy from them. So the specification, the quantity, the total requirement, what is the supply time, within what period they are supposed to supply, how they are supposed to supply, any special packaging requirement or anything. The total specification must be clear. So the processes, products and services to be provided by the external supplier, this requirement has to be communicated to them. This is number 1, A. Then B is approval of products and services. How we are going to approve the products and services. That means we are going to put these things to inspection, to our inspection, and what will be the criteria for acceptance and rejection, what is going to be our quality plan for that. So that has to be made clear to the external supplier. Now, next is number 2, methods, processes and equipment. What methods they are supposed to adopt, what processes they will adopt, what equipment they will use, all that is to be clear so that there is no doubt about how these things have to proceed on the premises of the external supplier. So the external supplier should be clear about the methods, the processes and the equipment. And number 3 is release of the products and services. We are going to carry out our inspection. So how we are going to finally approve the product or the services for release to the customer. So that has to be made clear. That means our inspection plan must be very clear to the external provider. Then C, next point, competence including any required qualification of persons, the people or the operators whom the external provider is going to put on this job. It must be made clear to them what is the competence requirement so that there is no doubt about it in the minds of the people who are managing the affairs on the other side. That means at the external provider's end. They should be very clear what should be the competence of the people who are going to provide these products and services, who are going to make these products or provide services to the customer. So the competence of the people have to be made clear to them. D is external providers' interaction with the organization. With whom they are going to interact? What is going to be their contact point within the organization? And who will interact from the side of the external provider? So all this has to be made clear, and this should be put in the contract or the order that the organization releases, so that there is no doubt about it what is the communication channel between the two organizations. So the external provider's interaction with the organization, it has to be amply clear. There should be no doubt about it. Then comes point number 5, E, control and monitoring of the external provider's performance to be applied by the organization. We have to carry out the performance monitoring periodically, maybe at some senior level. This has to be done periodically. So the performance monitoring will have to be done on the basis of certain aspects, certain points. So those points should be clear to the supplier and to our people. What is going to be the performance monitoring like? What are the points against which we are going to judge their capability? So that performance monitoring aspect has to be made clear to the organization and our people as well as the people of the external providers. So the control and monitoring of external providers' performance to be applied by the organization has to be clear. Then the last point, verification or validation activities that the organization or its customer intends to perform at the external provider's premises. There may be ample cases where the organization or the customer of the organization will require to interact with the external provider and carry out certain verification or validation activities. So that should be made clear to the external provider that our customer may also come and check certain things, and what are the aspects that they are going to check. It should be made clear to them so that there is no doubt, and they allow the customers, they welcome the customer when our customer reaches there. So the verification and validation. Verification means checking that all activities have been carried out, all inspections have been carried out as planned. And validation means trying out the product in the actual user condition. So this is what the validation means, and this has to be, maybe perhaps our customer would like to check it at the supplier's end, and we should keep provision of such things within the order. The order should be clear about it. So this is all in this requirement, and I hope the requirement is clear to you. And if there is anything which is not clear, then please do mention your doubt or anything which is not clear to you. Please mention it below as your comment below this video, and I'll make it clear to you. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon so that my videos will reach you without any delay as soon as I load them. Normally I am loading the videos on Sunday, but on certain occasions there could be some delays, so kindly bear with me. And also, if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and also share my videos with your friends and colleagues. I'll feel very happy if you do so. Thank you very much and see you next time. Bye.